All right. I've had a good run between the bad times. I've been using this phrase for quite a while, even before I looked like this. So we all have good runs, we all have bad times, and the good times fill us with joy. And you can share that with other people. And the bad times, well, they fill us with self-doubt and fear, anxiety, and just all these negative feelings. But the bad times don't have to break us. They don't have to be the end of it. So 2 Corinthians 4, 8, and 9 says, "We are hard pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed." So God blesses us with many good runs. And let's get down to the, let's talk about the gorilla in the room here. I had a stroke in February 2018, left my left side partially paralyzed, but don't cry for me. I can still feel pain on that side, so. Wait. Anyhow, so I lost my job last year after 23 years with IBM, and I lost my mom in 2016. So, I've had some bad times, but on the good ones, I owned one truck from 2003 to 2021. I mean, how awesome is that? When you guys get a little bit older and you buy a car, and the first time it leaves you on the side of the road, you're going to think about that. You're going to think about how long you're going to keep that car. I got friends from a car club down in Florida, ghetto-style car club, and I'm still friends with them since 1995. I went up to Sturgis a few years ago and met two of my car club buddies up there, and we hung out for a week, and it was awesome. Good times. I worked for 23 years at IBM, no college, no nothing, no certification. So, you look at all these good times, and yeah, I understand the bad times are pretty rough, and there's more of those, but I didn't want to focus on them. But you look at all this, world traveler. I was in Germany when I was 5 weeks old, came back before I was 3. I went to the Sturgis Rally back in 2015. I've been to Daytona 5 times. I've been to the track twice. That place is amazing. I rode on jet skis, and we had schools of dolphins come up on both sides of us. So you see all that stuff, just all this amazing stuff, and you just look at that, and those can carry you through when you have the bad times. They're not going to erase it, but they're going to help carry you through on that. So how do you keep your focus on the positive? This one's pretty easy. I even tell my kids this. You count your blessing, you give thanks for everything. If you get up in the morning and you got clean clothes, you got hot water for a shower, you got food, hot or otherwise. There's a lot of stuff, family issues, health issues, money issues, economic, and pullovers, which you guys will understand in a few years, but first time you get pulled over and you get a warning, you will be thanking God and counting your blessings, people. All right. And it'll help you grow a grateful heart here. So Philippians 4:6 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." So you see all these great things happening to you, and you can use that to actually reach out to other people, and you can share it with them. With a proper focus on the positive, you can have peace through God's power. And it says, Philippians 4:4 says, "Rejoice in the Lord always." Again, I say rejoice. And by focusing on the positive, you can help somebody else change their outlook on the circumstances. And, just having a smile on your face, just letting other people see just how joyful you are, that you're not down about everything, do you guys know who Eeyore is from Winnie the Pooh? Yeah. All right, moving on. Obviously, I'm too old. But Matthew 5:16, it says, "In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." And Hebrews 13:16 says, "But to do good and to communicate, forget not." I should have picked a better translation. "For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased." So, everybody has the bad times. You just don't want to dwell on those. You want to just look at everything. And like I said, if you look from day to day, there's people, you see the homeless crisis that they talk about in Denver and other places. Those people don't have homes. They don't have a bed. Some of them are just a blanket on the ground, some, not even that. So you have clothes, you have a bed, you have food, so be thankful, recognize all that. And is that it? So the takeaways here. Don't be afraid to ask somebody for help. You got the leaders here in this. You got your friends, whether they're here or at school or at home. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And God, it says, you may ask me for anything in my name, and I will do it. John 14:14. And just let your joy overflow for others to see, like I mentioned, people will say, why is this guy so happy? He's paralyzed, he lost his mom, he lost his job. Why is this guy so happy? Because you know what? There's a lot of good things out there. Who's been in small group with me before? Yeah, there's no shortage of stories there, is there? I've done a lot. I got a lot of stories I share with everybody. And that's the thing. That's what keeps me going, You got to look at the good times, the good runs. And a good run could be just one thing that you just carry with you. It doesn't have to be like a long, drawn-out thing. And John 15:11, I've told you these things so that you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow. And if it overflows, you got enough to share with other people. So it's not just about you, but it's about other people that you're going to come into contact with. And it's a great thing. You're serving God, even though you may not realize it. When you're encouraging somebody, you're building them up. You tell them, hey, look, bad stuff happens, but hey, we can help you. That's doing God's work. People, you don't have to bring them into a church building. You don't have to sit there with the Bible. You can just be encouraging and lift them up. And I have told you these things so that you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will. Oh, I just went over that, didn't I? I got it on there twice. That's what happened. I'll blame Matt. All right. So that's all I have. Oh. Cool. All right, thank you, everybody.